to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Every election campaign is full of old talk and grand promises. Let history be your guide. Is who likely to better perform in government? Election is not about choosing perfect. They are about choosing the best one offer. Vote competent. Vote the NNP.
Building a stronger economy means all Grenadian workers benefit, those who work in the public service and those who work elsewhere. Now that the period of shared sacrifices is over, the benefits must be shared among every Grenadian. More money for house repair, more money to improve healthcare, more money for training, more money for education, and yes, more money for public servants. $55 million in various payments. We are the Grenadian family looking out for each other. And even as we fight for ourselves and our families, we always remember our neighbors. We forge ahead together.
We got to come together, learn to love your brother.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choices. Between 2008 to 2013, the economy regressed every year. Between 2014 to 2017, the economy grew every year. Vote competence. Vote NNP.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, 1,265 youth engaged with the GIAP. Between 2014 and 2017, 3,725 youth engaged with the Amani program, with a spend of over $190 million. So let's keep moving. Vote NNP. Vote competence. It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, $70 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Between 2014 and 2017, $185 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Vote NNP. Vote competence.
Parliamentary Elections Office dismisses claims of transfer of voters' names. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I'm Delroy Luzon. The Parliamentary Elections Office has strongly dismissed claims in some circles that the names of some people on the voters' lists are being transferred from one constituency to another. Voter and Civic Registration Officer Mr. Ferdinand Phillip is appealing for good sense to prevail so as to not stir ill feelings among the voting population. He told the Government Information Service that there are legitimate instances in which this can be done, but it must be done maintaining impartiality and competence at all times.
In any constituency, persons are allowed to, if you are a Commonwealth citizen and you have resided in Grenada for a period of at least 1 year, 12 months unbroken, you can get registered. Now, ideally, you are asked to present your passport, your valid passport, which would show that you have been in the country for those 12 unbroken months. However, we do have persons who are living in Grenada for more than 12 months. Recently, somebody called out someone who lived in Grenada for 17 years. Being a Commonwealth citizen, their passport is no longer valid. So it's no longer a valid passport. They do not have any Grenadian documents, but they are Commonwealth citizen. Now, the law, and this is what we are guided by. We don't do things because I feel that go work. We are guided by the legislation, and the legislation states that in the absence of that, an affidavit from a justice of the peace, and that is a legal document, will suffice. It states the person's age, It states that the person has been living in that particular locality for such and such time, and so forth. It states their date of birth. Once those things are there, we cannot refuse to register a person. And if such a person then requires a transfer, we have to do it.
Philip is appealing for people to educate themselves before making statements that can place the office and its procedures in a negative light.
But if persons would read the law, they would be aware that, these are legitimate cases that were done within the confines of the law. And so we want persons to know that. We also want to know that, there is a process. If you realize that, okay, you suspect that, someone has been registered and maybe they didn't have the proper document, or maybe they registered in the wrong place or whatever, or maybe they were transferred to another locale and you don't agree with it, then make an objection. The law again makes provision for that. Raise an objection with the office, ideally within the 7-day period that is given, but at any given time you can raise that objection, and again there is a process. The law caters for that, and an investigation will be done. And if you still don't agree with it, the matter can go right up to the courthouse.
The Lands Bridge, one of 2 in Guave being constructed under the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project, could be ready for official commissioning by March. Mr. John St. Louis, Chief Technical Officer in the Ministry of Works, says the bridge is being constructed according to international standards. He spoke with the Government Information Service on Thursday.
They will now have to do what they call the handrails and all of the other minor features to have the bridge in a usable fashion. Again, it used to be a 1-lane traffic bridge where pedestrians had to compete with the moving traffic. So now there will be a separate entity. There will be the sidewalk and a 2-lane traffic flow. So there won't be of the time where people had to wait for the vehicle to pass, for them to pass on the side. So they will be walking in a defined lane, and then you'll have 2-lane traffic on the newly constructed bridge.
Caretaker for the constituency of St. John, Alvin Dabrio, says they hope to have light traffic on the bridge in the next month. With the top and sidewalks now cast, the curing period is expected to take 1 month.
The bridge was being held up by the side rails, That's where the strength was. And it's a 1-lane bridge. And in this day and age, in a town that's growing like Guave, you don't want to have a bridge with only 1 lane and no sidewalk for people to pass. Because right now you had pedestrians and motorists competing for the narrow place. So if you want to develop, we have to at least have the infrastructure in place. And the 2-lane bridge with sidewalks is a very important infrastructure for a town that's growing.
The World Bank Loan Project created employment for a number of locals. Former West Indies leg spinner Grenada's Roy Lewis is the new manager of Cricket West Indies. This comes following some sweeping changes made by the board to its management team as it seeks to improve on the performances of the regional outfit. He replaces manager Joel Garner, who has been reassigned to another portfolio. Lewis has been with CWI for a number of years in the operations department and managed the team during the successful World T20 run in 2016. CWI has embarked on these changes before the team leaves for the ICC World Cup qualifiers in Zimbabwe in March. The Windies will be looking to win the 10-team tournament and head into the World Cup that is to be played in England in 2019. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
It's a grand celebration taking place in the nation. Independence 44. Celebrating as one people, one country, our responsibility. The National Stadium on February 7th will be transformed. Red, green, and gold will reign supreme. The Made in Grenada Expo begins at 1 p.m. The military parade and rally starts at 4 p.m. Addressed by the Prime Minister. Cultural performances. This is home concert and a grand finale of fireworks. Come on down, Grenada. Let's celebrate the Big 44. Grenada's independence anniversary. One people, one country, our responsibility.
Representatives of the Grenada Development Bank and credit unions are now better equipped to appraise the application of small business owners or enthusiasts. This follows a 2-day credit appraisal training organized by the Market Access and Rural Enterprise Development Program, MAREP, through funding from the Caribbean Development Bank. MAREP's manager, Byron Campbell, explained that training was geared towards boosting the services offered by the lending institutions, especially to small business rural applicants.
What we're looking for is a difference in terms of a better appreciation from credit unions and development bank for lending to rural communities, to rural businesses, small businesses in particular, and young people, agriculture, agribusiness, because this is where we want to put the emphasis.
Facilitator Ewan Shaw said getting the institutions to assess the applicants, even in the absence of a financial statement, augurs well for the economy.
The aim and the outcome that I'm expecting is for persons to have the skill set that will allow them to assess persons who don't have balance sheets and who don't have income statements, and to be able to grant persons these credits, assess them, monitor them, so that at the end of the day they can contribute to the gross domestic product of this country.
Some of the participants expressed satisfaction and optimism following the training.
As a small business lender, we would have gathered so much information that we can now use to better appraise the loans that come before us on a day-to-day basis. It puts us in a much better position to advise our customers when they come to us to get financing. It also puts us in a better position to give them advice and to steer them in the right direction that they should be going as small business owners.
Very, very informative, and I can say as a credit union that it has really helped us acquire quite a lot of skills in helping do credit checks, in helping the small businesses, in helping us to be more equipped to deal with the entire persons that are coming for loans and are interested in growing their small businesses.
Now recapping the headline. Parliamentary Elections Office dismisses claims of transfer of voters' names. And that's the National Report for Thursday, February 1st, 2018. I'm Delroy Luzon.
Whatever I have done in office, I hope that I can help inspire the next generation of achievers. Having come from a humble family in Brazil, the son of a farmer and market vendor, this country has given me many awesome opportunities in life, a pathway created through education. That's why I want to speak to the next generation all over St. George's Northwest, and indeed the country as a whole. Life is not about where you started, but where you want to go. I'm determined, through this office I hold, to fight to create even more opportunities for you. But you also must have to want to grab them with both hands. These 2018 general elections are therefore about consolidating the gains and backing the fresh opportunities we shall create for the next generation. We shall not look back, nor stand still. Together we shall march forward. Together we shall keep moving.
The people of St. George Southeast, like the rest of the nation, have bounced back these past 5 years. We still remember the barren years of 2008 to 2013, when so many of our people lost their jobs, their homes, and their hopes. Together, we have dug ourselves from that deep hole, and we have lifted many people up. But it is a long, hard grind, and the job is not yet finished. So a vote for me in St. George Southeast is a charge from you to work harder, to consolidate the gains, and to be even more determined to fight, especially for those who are yet to be lifted by this rising tide. I am pleased to offer myself to return as your MP in St. George Southeast. Together, we shall keep moving.
St. Andrews Southeast, I am Emmeline Pierre. I want to say a special thank you for your love and for your support over the past 5 years. Indeed, I am humbled by the opportunity that you gave me to serve you over those years, and I'm ready to serve you again. We have started a good thing together, and we have a lot more to achieve together. Together, we would bring more benefits to our young people, more housing assistance to those who need it, more jobs to those who are unemployed, more support to our elderly, and of course, more development to our constituency. So I'm counting on your support. Let us get ready to vote. Let us get ready to put Grenada first. Together, we would continue what we have started together. Let's keep moving.
I am Kendra Matthew Stewart, and I am honored to have answered the call for service. The people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique are dear to my heart. I have grown up in a time of expanded opportunities, showcased by the fact that I have had the fortune to study and become a professional. There are many young people who seek the opportunity that I have had, and I want to be a part of that movement that helps open up new doors. It is the aspiration of ordinary people that inspire this new journey of mine. As my generation rises up to service, you can surely count me in. I am Kendra Matthew Stewart, and I am running for you, the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Keep moving!
I remember those days not so long ago that all I wanted was an opportunity. My family was poor, and there were times I didn't even have a pencil to go to school. The people of Paraclete, Moncton and surrounding areas gave me that opportunity. These ordinary people raised me. It is this history that inspires my politics. Now it's my turn to give the next generation even greater opportunities than I had. If I can make just one weak person strong, I will be doing God's will. What we did in the 5 years is just a little bit of what we can do in the future. My duty is to steer the course and to keep moving.
My involvement in politics was always motivated by a desire to see significant change. I am here to serve, and it does not matter in what capacity. And as I move through the constituency, I feel a sense of pride and satisfaction when people tell me, yes, I like what you are doing, I like the services you are providing for us, I like the fact that you are with us and you continue to support us. So therefore, being able to serve, being at the service of our people, I think is my greatest satisfaction. Because if I cannot serve the people, I have no place in politics. When I look at some of the conditions under which some people have to live, I feel a sense of compulsion to do more. That gives me the urge, hey, you have to do more.
Let us have a real talk, St. John's. Let us understand the choice that faces us in this coming election. You can vote for me again, a proud member of a team that has consciously started rebuilding Grenada. Together, we have done the hard work, and the opportunities have begun to come. So, you can go for the other guy who threatens to rip it all up and start a new experiment that none of us is sure about. The choices we face are not even close. We have made our sacrifice, and now we must continue to build on our success. I'm proud to be on your team, and so St. John's, we are moving together.
South St. George is fast becoming the economic heartbeat of this nation. It is at the center of the housing and construction boom and unprecedented growth in education and tourism sectors. As our area rises, so does the nation. In the coming period, our challenge is to give character to this growth and to bring along the surrounding areas. So we shall improve the skill sets of people to take advantage of the coming jobs with my plan to cut unemployment in the South by 2/3. And we will extend housing assistance and give the many people who need it land tenure. More money will be made available for small business loans for people in such areas as Montoute, Grand Anse Valley, Woodlands, Woburn, Calais and Belmont. The people who are yet to be touched will get their chance. We are excited about tomorrow, and so today we shall keep moving.
The house is the symbol for the NNP party. We're going green all the way. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. On election day. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. We voting NNP again. Exercise your rights and vote for us. NNP will always put you first.
Yes, indeed. Oh, the voice nearly slipped there, Devon. Good morning to you, Mr. Devon Romain.
Yes, good morning to you, Sheldon.
Hey, how Brenda?
Oh, she's good.
Brenda!
She's good.
Morning, sweetheart.
She's listening. If she's not sleeping, she's listening.
Sleeping?
Yeah.
Brenda, we not sit down, you know.
Can't sit down.
We can't sit down. And watch now, all you want to do a nice look at do up for the independence and thing. Go and check Brenda.
Yeah, independence special.
Yeah, Brenda. You know about the independence special at Brenda, right?
Independence special at Brenda.
Yeah.
Right? Most of the styles that you're going to do, right, you will definitely get a discount. Just go see Brenda. All right? Or call her 457-9517.
Give them the number again.
Brenda's Beauty Salon.
That's the only thing all you could call her for.
457-9517.
Right, and that's the only thing we want all you calling Brenda for. Don't play all you calling for other thing.
Yep, independence special for the whole weekend from today until Tuesday. Right, special.
And you know, if all you say hard talks and all you, even better.
Even better, you might get a 20% discount.
Yeah. Or you could also check Dali up in Grenville for the independence outfit. Yeah. I believe she on the street behind there, like you're coming by way, the funeral home is there. I think she's somewhere behind there now. I haven't been to the location, so I'm not sure. Use our Grenville man, so I don't know. Use the OGM inside here. He's not.
Where Archibald Funeral Home is.
Down in the back there.
Yeah, right somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think she's in the back there now. So, folks, look out for Dali.
Look for Dali.
For your independence outfits, not just for yourselves, but you know, the children, they usually have their little parades and so on, and they go for their little march, and so that'll be next week. So we're encouraging you all to go to Dali, and if you're in St. George, you can visit my good friend Helen Marie. She's downstairs the NIS Mall. Tell Helen Sheldon sent you.
Yes. Sheldon and Devon.
Yes, just say Sheldon and Devon. Hard talk.
And the special is right there for you.
Go to Helen Marie. Good morning to you, Helen. Yes. And watch now, if you want, you could sign up to play mass one time, you know, because she opened already, you know, she taking names and thing. And if you want to play mass, Spice Mass coming up. By the time you do so and so, Spice Mass reach already. So yeah, man, I'm talking about the election. You go see. My mind passed that already.
Hey, Travelers Bar. If you pass it anywhere around by Travelers Bar today, But the curry mutton, I mean, the barbecue fish and all kind of thing. Short man, yeah. Sheldon, today we go do a thing.
Yeah, today we must pass by short man. We can't do short man that. We can't continually do short man that. Short man, we definitely must pass. Let me get them a little piece of the song again, man. Yes, folks. Yeah, I have a bomb to drop on a nuclear one line, boy. If I see a certain amount of people, if the amount of viewers for today cross 150, then we go drop that bomb.
Yeah, that's our target. 150.
Yeah.
And it's a bombshell.
150 by 11, no later than 11:15.
Yeah.
Like and share the video. And share the video. If it passed that today, we're going to drop that bomb. If it ain't past that, I'm saving the bomb until next week, Friday.
Yeah.
I ain't even playing it during the week. I'm saving it until next week, Friday.
So if you want to know and to hear that bombshell, well, that's going to blow your mind. Just like and share that video. We're going up to 150. And if you reach that, you're getting it today. We promise you that.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, that is a bomb.
Yeah.
We have a bomb there. You
have a
drop
bomb
it
there.
and thing, you know. I mean, they know how a bomb there. I mean, if we discussing politics, like we discuss
Let
politics.
we talk politics.
Yeah, I mean,
let we talk what we could do and what we can do. You understand? But you know what?
Yes, indeed. But it has been an eventful week. On Sunday, we've had the announcement of the election date and the endorsement of the last three remaining candidates. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, political leader of the New National Party, and candidate for St. George Northwest. We also had Honorable Gregory Bowen, who is the party chairman, also minister with responsibility for works, information, communication, technology, public utilities, transportation. See, I kind of losing breath and I'm still calling it. But anyhow, yes, the candidate for St. George Southeast. And yeah, the man they freed him. They're talking about who freed who? They real freed him. They are afraid of, the Honorable Peter David.
Pedro.
Yeah, Charles Peter David in the town of St. George. Yeah. I hear a certain political party had a meeting in Dabo last night. You want to know how much they had, how much people attended the meeting?
Well, I think it's about 13 or 14.
What? Where you get all that?
Well, I mean, I've been very...
Tommy, Creeper, give me a call and tell them men what really go on there.
Yes, I call Creeper.
Creeper, don't forget to give us a call. 440-7377 Creeper. Don't forget to give me a call and say, Tommy, you're real haunted up there, man. I'm meeting with one person. One?
No, man. I don't believe that.
But they say them NNPI and them people out the house and so they laughing and thing. I'm meeting with one. Nah, man. I didn't believe it until I saw the photo. I would not, I ain't gonna come here and say that just so.
Yeah,
I would not believe it unless I see the photo, man. A partner thing of the goodness gracious.
God, Lord have his mercy.
But they should have known better than to go in Dabo. That the place last time they went and tell them the children go suck salt.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, all the children well taken care of and the children go suck salt.
And they running their mouth so much on those people right up in Dabo up there. So much things being said. You understand? But you don't know. The backlash.
All you go in Dabo, all you go in. Creeper.
I remember a good doctrine, a good friend of mine way back in the years said to me, when I line to a doctrine, prepare for the backlash.
Mm-hmm. Always be prepared for the backlash.
Prepare for that backlash. And that is what you guys, you NDC get in. The backlash from all the deviant things you have been saying about the Grenadian people.
Well, I see another meeting. I see one down in the south. That was by Musevi shop.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that one. That one.
He was all right.
I'll give them about a 9-10.
Yes, so he was all right. Yeah, he was all right.
I ain't giving them all that if you're talking about people who actually from that area.
That was a mass rally then.
If I talk, that was a mass rally by NDC standards. It was about 9-10.
Yeah.
By Musevi shop last night. If you want to count the people from the actual people from the area, I want them tell me a lie. If you want to count the actual people from the area, then you're talking about Dabo figures. Yeah, you're talking about Dabo figures, bingo figures. And then let me see you on the line. Let me see if it's Tommy calling us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Taro.
Yay, what's up,
Good morning to you and to Sheldon.
Morning, sir.
My brother.
Well, I just want to go back to Sunday. Sunday was just a show of force. And we have the artillery to come. So tell them watch it.
Yeah.
Have a good day, brothers.
All right, my brother.
Thank
One
you.
love. They don't know it's the anti-tank one and the mortar man inside this house. Yeah. Yeah, the artillery next. Yeah, that was just the smoke. Yeah, right there or get Sunday.
We know they've been trying to shift the discussion,
Exactly.
and I see a concerted attempt by members of the National Democratic Congress to make us not deal with them and what they have said and the fact of what they have put forward. They're trying to make us, Devon and myself, and the NNP on a whole, focus on people like the talk show hosts. Listen, you realize that the audio has never played on Hard Talk?
I wouldn't play.
You know why? Exact. Tell them again, Devon.
Wouldn't play.
Yeah, and you know the reason? The reason is they are not of consequence. They are irrelevant to the political discussion that we're having right now. They are not on any ballot paper. I don't know why you all focusing over there. They're
Hello.
nobody. Yeah,
Is
good morning.
this
Hard Talk, yes, you're live.
Hard Talk, yeah. I want to know if after 5 o'clock on Monday gone, registration could still be done. If the system stayed open or not, because it's supposed to be closed down. Because I'm hearing they are registering people in the night and all kind of a thing like that. So I want to know what is the truth, please.
Okay.
I will listen to you on the air.
No problem. It's simple to explain. It's the same as in voting.
Exactly.
If you are on the compound in the gate before 5, you have to be allowed to register.
You must be allowed.
They can't tell you that you're on the compound or you're inside the office and you have to leave. So whether it takes until 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the night, 1 in the morning, everyone that is inside the gate before 5 p.m. has, not might, not cannot, but has to be allowed to register. So it is not untrue to say that people would have been registered in the night, but it would have been people that arrived before 5 p.m. Yeah? It's the same as when you're going to vote.
Yeah.
Once you go to vote, what time do the polls close? 6?
At 6.
Right. The polls close at exactly 6 p.m. Once you are in the line at that point in time, the police would come and they see 6 p.m. and they stop the line right at the last person. Nobody else could join that line. That's it. If you're running up and you ain't had time in that line and 6 o'clock take you and the police put a marker there, that is the last person, you cannot vote. Yeah, but everybody else in there, whether they cast their vote at 6:30 or at 7 p.m. in the night, they have to be allowed to vote because they are in the line. So the line could extend from the National Stadium into River Road. But once those people are in that line and 6 p.m. comes, they have to be allowed to vote, even though 6 p.m. has gone. So it's nothing wrong was being done. The system would not automatically shut down at 5 p.m., whether it's the election day voting system or the registration system. Yeah? I see some people trying to make an issue out of that, and they know better. They're just looking for excuses for the cocktail they're going and get. We know that. Devon, we know that.
They could write a book about excuses.
Yeah. Excuses for dummies. They can write a book according to Devon on that particular one. Yeah? And I'm telling you that once a person is in the line by 5 o'clock, yeah, they have to be allowed to register.
Yes.
So people may have seen people coming out from there 5:15 because it's a process that takes a few minutes with each person.
Yeah.
You have to take their fingerprints. You have to take their photograph. You have to review their documents to make sure that they have the correct documents to be registered. You then also they have to sign, and it's not the sign on a piece of paper, but sign on the digital form.
Yep.
So they're going to sign and so on.
It has to be done right.
Yeah, and they have to verify that information, double check that information with you, and then you sign. I think they have a receipt. They give you the receipt so that you could come back to collect your ID afterwards. So you go through that process. I did so much years ago, I was trying to remember. But you go through that process, and at the end of that process, it may take a few minutes. It's not going to take 5 minutes. It's going to take longer. So if there are 10, 20 people standing there waiting to be registered, you may just find that somebody's registered at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. according to the amount of people that was there. In South St. George, for instance, I passed by there after 4 the afternoon, and there was a large crowd there. Even with the rain falling, The place was basically jammed up with people. I know St. John office also had that problem. There was, well, not a problem, but that issue. There was a lot of people that rushed in last minute because, I don't know, we've been saying get registered, but a lot of people wasn't listening, huh?
Yeah.
So now they've got themselves registered.
Right there in the trap.
Yeah.
Hey, a pleasant good morning to all of you on the live, from Canada to United States to wherever you are.
Yeah.
Good morning. Joel, good morning to you, my brother.
We have a caller.
Yes.
Morning, Sheldon. How are you?
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. So it's talking different today, man.
Yeah, the cold is affecting me. That's what changed my voice for today. And somebody's just correcting me to say the polls close at 5 p.m., not 6.
Anyhow, my concern is that, over the time you're listening, people make all sort of statements about people outside of Grenada. Let me say it could be Nigerian, it could be African, it could be Canadian, it could be Russians or whatever they're trying to put to make in the mix. So what happened? We don't have people from Grenada living in other parts of the world. And if somebody choose to help you from wherever they are from, do they have a right to help? Yes, they do have a right to help. Then why they're not allowed? Why we making all this, wrongful statement and trying to blame people for nothing? Because they have Grenadian who's staying in Canada who I sure will be part and parcel of working for the government of Canada in some way or other. So what's so wrong in it? What's so wrong in it? Why we so upset about it? I would prefer people to come and deal with the real issues than making all sort of nonsensical allegations. If people from outside want to come here and help, so be it. What's so wrong with it? And they have a big chaos in the U.S. as well against Donald Trump and all this the Russians' involvement. So let them deal with the issues. If they have an interest and they're willing to help, let them help. If it's for the good of the country, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah?
Yes, indeed.
You understand? It is for all our good. So many Chinese are here, so what's so wrong with it? We have people, as I said before, you have people of Grenada live in all parts of the world. Everybody have a life to live. And if they want to make a good contribution towards the way or the place they're staying, let it be so. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, caller.
All right.
We'd like to thank you.
My brother. Have a wonderful day.
Well, I'm trying to really get at it because our Constitution allows certain things. If we didn't want to see that in our Constitution, we had a right to say so.
Okay.
And we had an opportunity to deal with our Constitution recently. So, but I know that the NDC as a political organization and their political leader and their executive is a xenophobic organization. I make no apologies for making that statement. They are xenophobic. And if you look into the dictionary, you'll see what I mean by xenophobic. They are totally against people who come from other countries. I am a classic example. You see them with their nonsensical statements as though they think that's going to scare me in some form or fashion about, oh, we're going to send you back. Send me back to where? Springs?
Springs.
Send me back to where? Mount Royal in Carriacou? Where are you going to send me back to?
St. David's.
I mean, when they did that ad, and I don't want to belabor the point on that anyway, but when they did that ad, and Devon is correct as St. David's because believe me, I spent a long time there. I have to give a thing for St. David's in a while. Yeah. To understand the context in which they're using that is as though if you are not a born Grenadian, you're a lesser citizen. And that's how the NDC as an organization sees it. They can try to duck from it as much as they want. When your NDC t-shirt wearing, flag waving supporters meet individuals and throw their place of origin at them, you're a xenophobic organization. Yeah? And I make absolutely no apology because I, and what has been taking place with your members when they meet me, I am a classic example of exactly what I am saying. Yeah? Ain't scaring me. I can tell you that part. I could tell you it ain't scaring me. I'm only speaking of it to make the point of exactly how you all behave.
Yeah, it's so disgusting. It's out of taste, and they basically turn off people when they continue with that sort of line. They are so full of hatred.
Yeah, and why?
You know, I'm asking myself why.
I have very good friends who are members of the Asian business community. People who are here from Pakistan and India and Syria and Lebanon and other countries. And they're living in Grenada. Some of them have been living in Grenada before I born.
Exactly.
Some of them have been here even before. In fact, you're hearing some of them talk. You can't even tell that they were born or they come from another country.
Some of them is more Grenadian than some of us right here.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, you're saying that they ought not to be part of the process here. You have people who have married Grenadians and are living in Grenada. And Senator Burke, you have people who have married Grenadians who are not born Grenadians, have married Grenadians, and they're living in Grenada.
And
what's
children,
wrong with that?
Yeah.
Nothing is wrong with that. And also, you have literally tens of thousands of people exactly like me whose mother and or father were born on the island of Grenada and were born in Trinidad next door. And I'm speaking literally tens of thousands of us that can legally claim Grenadian citizenship. And you're saying to each and every one of them, I think we had to start getting a boat to come and bring them up, let them get nice and things, sort of the citizenship, get registered and that kind of thing. Yeah, because you can't stop them from getting registered when they are Grenadian citizens. Yeah, so let them get registered and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Even right there in Aruba.
Aruba
typical
again?
example. we had a former prime minister who was born in Aruba.
We had parliamentarians recently on there.
I mean, just think about that, Grenadians. But we so full of. Well, I mean, most of the leadership of NDC, they're so full of hatred.
Yeah.
Right, and malice, and they're so vindictive that they keep on turning off people every day when they make the foolish comments about fellow Grenadians. I mean, come on, you guys.
And note, we're just saying this in the context to let you know the philosophy of that organization. Yeah, the philosophy of that organization is hatred. That's the philosophy of the organization. So that they would meet Devon and threaten him.
Yep.
Not only with stripping him naked in public,
lots of other things,
but threaten him otherwise. They would meet my good friend, my Nazim. They would meet my Nazim and make statements like, don't worry, after the election, that van is we own.
Exactly.
Or what we're going to do to you. I mean, they will meet me and say, well, okay, well, your car is mine after the election. Don't worry, pass in and just take the keys. Or we coming to your office and just lock it down as if this office belonged to the government of Grenada.
And they like that. They like to lock down offices and things. They like to change locks and that kind of thing.
Don't wait for the election. Come now.
Yeah, they have to come now.
Don't wait for the election. Come now. Yeah, come now. Yeah, laughing. Come now. Don't wait. Yeah. But that's just the attitude, the behavior of that organization. Let's take a phone call. I see someone's trying to get through to us. Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sheldon.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Devon.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. I was sitting here and I trying to follow up the election vibes. And the election date is called. And the opposition, I hear they talking of anything towards the development of the country or what they would do for the country. I only hear Mr. Nazimbok say that one of the intention is to reduce taxes and in develop more employ more people. Okay, reduce taxes and employ more people. Now, trying to ask myself, how that magic going to happen? All right. Then still, they never try to inform Grenadian people. There is many ministries in this country. The government in office now, you have the Ministry of Health, you have the Ministry of Communication and Works, you have the Ministry of Finance, or every ministry. It is their duty to get into the belly of the NNP and let the Grenadian public know what's happening with the government. But they know if they only get inside there, it's like they'll be campaigning against themselves. So they're saying nothing to Grenadians. So I want to know what's happening as opposition. You in opposition and then you want to get in office, but you are saying nothing. All you're doing is talking about Dr. Mitchell and minding people's business. Anyway, thank you.
All right, my
yes,
brother.
and I think as well that they've been going down the road and making some general statements. So you don't know what their plan in relation to anything is. So they have been going to the Imani trainees and saying to them, we will not send you home, we will not send you home, we will not send you home. Okay, you'll not send them home. You might send them in the market or something, but it definitely wouldn't be on job. Okay. But what is your plan for youth development? The NNP doesn't have to come out and say, what is our plan for youth development again? We are already rolling out and continue to roll out. What we can say is what changes we'll be making to our programs. Yeah, and we have been doing that. For instance, you have the Imani program. As it is right now, a person enters the program. They have various branches that they can go to. You have over 200 or 300, I can't remember. I think the last batch was 200, but it's much more than that. Youth under that program that has received their CVQ qualification. You're also looking at other qualification for those young persons. Yep. That is what the new National Party is doing. Not only training and providing a stipend, but providing certification for young persons. Yeah, at the same time. For instance, those who might be at New Low now, receiving government support, or those who might be at TAMCC, receiving government support, or those who might be actually placed in a workplace through the Imani program, receiving government support in the tourism industry. You're seeing increased tourist arrivals on our island. You're hearing of new facilities, so you know Silver Sands coming on stream. You know that you're going to have the Rivera and the Lavera. You have the Pitti Calivini. You have the expansion of the oh boy, this one, Cinnamon Hill. You also have the one right above Cinnamon Hill, formerly Flamboyant, that is being done. So you have all these things. We have a
good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Oh, sorry.
Good morning.
Yes, caller. We're hearing.
Hello.
You. Yes, we're hearing you. Go right ahead.
Yeah, perhaps oh, okay. I just listened to all your program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the phone is very low.
Well, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. So you
could hear me. Oh, okay. So long you hear me. I'm talking from I'm a Grenadian. I'm from London. Hello.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We're hearing you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, I've been listening to all your program a lot of time from, and when all your program on the air, I was not convinced right now, because right now I just listen to the different opinion, and all you blow me up. When I say all you blow me, I think all you're the better party, and the NNP or what.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
I think NNP is a good party because I'm from the smallest parish in Grenada. You might know, okay?
St. Mark.
Well, you know, okay. I'm from, I don't want to expose myself because I'm coming home this year and all my friends of them, you know. I don't want to expose myself anyway. But I think all you, because I was listening to all the endorsement, you know, and I think NNP is good.
Yep.
All right.
And when I talk to my friend, all my friends are talking like Grenadians, you know, and they say, boy, you know, how you get? I say, well, I don't know. I just listen. Because when I'm walking in the night and I listen to, I think they're doing a lot. They're doing better for Grenada than them Moran. I don't want to call them out. I don't want to go down their way anyway. But I mean, you can crazy people and eating garbage can, and you want people to vote for you. That's out of that's out of, that's not nice anyway. And I think NNP is the best party to rule in Grenada.
All right.
Because I was thinking, there's no, them other, well, I call them Moran anyway. Because I mean, if I want to come back and live in Guinea, you know, and when the election come and if the other party, I don't think they will win anyway. Anyway, I just want to make my opinion, you know, how I think about Guinea situation. I'm a Grenadian.
All right,
I've been living here over 40 years.
Okay.
In England, and I want to come back and live in Grenada, and I wouldn't want to come back and live when I don't know what's going on anyway.
Okay.
Like, I think this party, NNP, all you have a good agenda.
Okay.
All right,
caller. We'd like to thank you so very much.
Huh?
We'd like to thank you so
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right.
You enjoy the rest of your day today.
I don't listen to the program, Hard Talk. I don't listen to the program 24/7.
All right. Wonderful.
All right, my brother. Have a good
day.
Yeah. All right.
You enjoy your day today.
You take care.
All right.
I'll be good this year anyway, Carnival.
Okay, great.
All right, good.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So you take care, guys.
All right.
And have a good time.
Have a good one, mate. All
okay,
right.
man.
All right, my brother.
Yes, indeed. That's one of the callers on the overseas line of 440-7377. It's the end of the week that the announcement, they've been asking for it, they've been begging for it, they've been pleading for it, they've been craving for it.
And they get it.
They want the date, they want the date, they want the date. They get the date, now they vex about the date. I understand these people and them, you know, man. Give us the date. We want the date. Call the thing, doc. Call the thing. They call the thing. Now you go and you have a meeting with one people. I mean, not one person or one people. They're having a meeting with one people. Yeah.
What?
And this year I'm meeting with one people.
One people. Not one person, one people.
Okay, let me get them a little blind man.
Call the thing, doc. Call the date. Repeat it after me. Call the date.
Call the election. Call the election. We ready for you.
And now they get the date. It's all kind of vexation. This happening, that happening, all kind of thing. Do all your work, all your lazy.
Hello, good morning.
Good
morning, sir.
Sheldon, good morning.
Morning, sir.
There is Devon. Devon, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Sheldon, Indian here.
Hey, Indian.
Well, I don't hear you healing me up and everything against the city, you know. You're healing up everybody, but you're falling.
I see about $1 million all you come down.
Oh, God. I don't see you in Monk Moise last night.
No, I didn't make that.
You're a nice little meeting here, you know. Sheldon, what do you really call to tell you anything, but what I call to ask you, please, them CD and them you have with the latest,
check your constituency office.
Political.
Check your constituency. Check your.
I want one Sheldon because them.
Listen. Boy, listen.
Because we have playing, you know, but it's old one before.
My brother, you listening? You hearing me?
Yeah.
Check your constituency office.
Check the constituency office.
Yeah, because I definitely would not. I'm not. You know me. I like to be straightforward. I would not sit in studio and burn $1 million CD for $1 million people. I have sent, as of today, I have sent one CD to the constituency office, each of the constituency offices.
Yeah.
So people can check with the constituency offices, walk with your blank CD or your flash drive or whatever, and they will make a copy there for you.
Okay, so that I don't know problem. Everything's smooth, everything's fine.
Nice.
You
so
know,
just tell you where to get it.
We going, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Just make
we
sure.
We can sit down, but I couldn't sit down beside this calling you there to get a CD.
No,
so I only want the transaction, or you know how it is, and
let me make sure.
Follow up on it and see what's going on.
And make sure all them Northwest people stay in Northwest.
Yes.
We want them going at other place. Stay in Northwest.
Yeah.
Let us stay there. They going and end up on next side.
I try my best.
All right, brother.
All right.
Bless.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day, man.
Yeah, bless to you.
All right.
Yeah, so you check your constituency offices. Also, do we have it up on the website yet? We are going to be putting up all of the tunes on the website as well so that you can download them. And if you check our Facebook page, we usually have download links for each of the songs there. So you can go there and download the individual tunes. So there are various means that you can get them. Because, you know, I like to be straight up and think I ain't going to sit down and burn no pile of CD. Every 2 minutes you have to think.
A lot of work.
What? And every minute somebody they come with a flash drive, they want the tune every minute. No, that ain't
so it's easier, we just distribute it among the constituency.
And that is what we have done.
And it become easier.
We've sent a download link to each of the constituencies that they can download all the tunes. And in addition to that, I've sent a CD to them that they can rip. They can take the information off of it, have it on the computer. You come with your CD, they burn one for you, or you come with your flash drive, they throw it on the flash drive for you. Nice. So I sent those CDs this morning. They would receive them this morning. So by later today or on Monday, you can check them out.
Definitely.
Nice. Okay. 4407. Oh, you know I ain't clear the phone line, man.
I find the numbers. The numbers
in there yet?
No, the numbers in there yet.
Are you joking that,
yeah,
man?
Are you joking, man?
Joking that?
Yeah, are you joking? We holding that?
100 and thing. No, man, more than that. I say 150. Nice, good.
150 and the bombshell. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Yes,
hey, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
What happening, brothers?
Not too bad, you know.
But I have a problem, you know. I have a jersey that is independent colors, you know, the ice green and the gold. I want to know if I could wear my jersey. I don't know, because for fear of I been branded at NDC, because I know that was supposed to be the NDC. The NDC supposed to adopt that color. I think they say they was going ice green and gold. I don't know, because I didn't see the convention to know if it's what kind of color they wear, if it's yellow or ice green and gold. So I don't know. I need some advice. If I could wear my jersey,
you wear jersey, red.
I could wear my ice green and gold jersey, yes, and I would not be branded at NDC.
No, at all.
Thank you very much. Them fellas don't know what they're doing.
But don't run. One meeting only have update today.
Yes.
Right? One meeting only have update today.
Give us an update about the meeting.
What are they today?
I think Sister Lewis would be launching a campaign at Simon today. Some around 7 o'clock. Simon right around the racetrack, where the racetrack used to be there, by a lady named Miss Roxy. Roxy's shop. We will be having a battery of speakers up there. We have Miss the Honorable Delma Thomas. We have Sister Emlyn Pierre. We have Brother Roland Bowler. We have Brother Lennox Thomas. Brother Oscar Andal would be the chairperson as usual, and it would be a blast.
You're forgetting
because I believe the new kid and the black fresh blood, she doing wonders. And by somebody tell me, you know, the NDC caretaker in the Northeast, tell them that by he didn't take the money, you know. I know much about that. So have a good day.
See, all it does want to go and cause it, you understand?
Senator Skeeter David.
Senator Lewis.
Yeah.
Good morning.
My apologies.
Good morning, Brother Sheldon.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Devon.
Good morning, my brother.
We're good, man.
All right. Just to ask you to permit me to alert the constituents of South St. George that tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. there'll be a meeting in Top Oban by Ronson Shop.
Top Oban?
We'll be launching our campaign.
Okay. Time?
6 p.m. Ronson Shop.
Okay.
As Top Oban.
All right.
Ronson Shop. All right. 6 p.m.
Thank you.
All right,
my brother.
I could take the mic. They may ask me, I'm going up there taking mic and thing, and I'm talking to. I feel like I ain't just going around, you know.
Ian Edwards, you're missing in action, bro. Give us a call.
Mommy George, yeah, you know the head hot. Every day I say I'm going and call, I end up doing something else. You understand?
Exactly. And hey, I must say good morning to all the senior citizens of our nation. Right, a special good morning to all of you. You know, I've been neglecting my duties, yes, in saying a pleasant, a wonderful morning to all of you. All right, so hey, just stay good and be good.
I hear another candidate because of people again, but what do them NDC candidate? Only relax on yourself,
frustration.
Yeah,
frustration.
Take it easy.
Yeah, they vex. But if it's one
relax
thing,
on yourself.
If it's one thing to know that they're right, and you know what?
Yeah, I mean, we know what's going on. No, there's
NNP, walk to them. Walk. Right now, grenade on fire. Everybody start to perspire. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. 840 million. Let's stop with just on the island. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on.
I'm telling Olive, by
What?
10-15, we ain't see that number
Yeah.
reach to 150.
Forget that.
Forget that time playing.
Forget that.
No playing it.
This kind of 104 and 115 and that kind of thing. So 150.
Hulk up the thing.
And watch here now.
I never say 115. I say
150.
All right.
And what? And it's not no joke, you know. Could be a bombshell for days. Blow people out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want them deny why I'm going
You
to play.
understand?
I would
Proof.
like the NDC to deny what I am going to play once you all get to 150. I mean, I could hold it until next week.
Yeah,
no matter to me.
so it's up to y'all.
I could hold it until next week. Yes, not a problem with me.
If you all want to spread it right now, just reach the target and we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we will hold it until next week. I mean,
Yeah, no problem doing that.
Yeah.
If you want the country move on in a positive direction, let your vote remain the same. Vote for NNP again. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Let's keep moving.
We have a call online.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Devon. How are you all doing?
We're good. Great.
All right, good. I just called in to report about a meeting we had in Northeast St. George last night.
That was in Mount Parnassus, Ready
In
Junction?
Mount Parnassus, yeah. That
all right.
meeting was really wonderful. It was attended, nicely attended. We had Prime Minister, we had Peter David, we had Sir Chester Humphrey, and so deliver real good information, man.
Nice.
Really lovely meeting. Well attended and everything last night.
Okay, beautiful.
All right, brother.
All right.
Good.
We moving.
44073.
7347.
Well, send him a private message for.
347 329 3101.
Let me check again. Now they're joking with them numbers, man.
Them kind of numbers all the thing. That
with
they
that.
drop the thing, man. Always
The
spike the thing.
The 5 in the wrong place.
Yeah, like and share. Like and share.
We have a caller online this morning.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Devon.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, Sheldon. I'm not hearing you clearly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. You go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, okay, listen. Just to show a little light and example on the issue of late registration for some people who think maybe that some people were registered later than the given time. If 5 o'clock was the close of time.
Hold on. I thought we already did that.
Huh?
I thought we already did that.
No, I'm not hearing you clearly, yeah?
No, I thought we already explained that. Well,
yes,
right
but
ahead.
I just want to give an example of how the thing is done.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It is like you go to the bank, okay? Let's say the close-out time in the bank is 2:30. There are a number of folks waiting inside the bank to be attended to, okay? When it's 2:30, the teller doesn't tell the last person, we close now. They facilitate everybody inside, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody inside has to be served.
And so it is done in other areas. Once that number of persons are there, there's a cut-off time. However, let me get on to the second issue. I was listening to a program last night on a particular radio station, one that I love a lot because they play a lot the old-time music. I'm an old man now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But surprisingly, I was able to get a program that involved politics, and it was generally a Caribbean issue. I was sort of puzzled with two personnel on that station in terms of bashing, not just Grenada, but the Caribbean and the whole in terms of the politics and so on. When those folks, one, I think a woman, I do not know if she is Grenadian because she has an accent. To me, it sounds like Bajan, it's like Jamaican, And, she was saying that politicians and things wash your foot and this sort of thing. And then so I felt very bad, because I know people who have got into politics, yes, they may have come from very low, parentage and things with low economic background, but they would have built themselves. That is important. They would have come up the channel, have themselves properly equipped, educated in this respect, and are able to meet people. Most importantly, they can converse and reason with people and you understand them. So I didn't understand much about how these two folks on the radio station were bashing the people. The supervisor of election, he got some bashing too because, they were saying that there were some irregularities about the registration and what have you, and so on. But I was happy that before it ended, they were able to get, is it Mr. Philip or Philip? The supervisor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were able to get him online, and he clarified the thing very clearly. In so much, all the bad they would have said and what they would have had a thought about the gentleman, in so much they were able to praise him at the end of it. That was very good in terms of how he responded and how he handled the situation. Devon, I felt somewhat better after, right?
Yes, man.
Thanks for having me. Have a good day, my friend.
All right, take care. All right, good.
Yeah. Perfect example. You're in the bank, you gotta get served, you know?
Must get served.
I'm expecting a call. There's not a bomb yet, but expecting a call from a good friend of mine in St. Vincent. Let me see if it's them. Good morning.
Morning, bro.
Hey, morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, I heard about the incident in Guelph, and I am very disappointed. It was not news to my ears because I know how arrogant the gentleman could be at times. But what is annoying is that I was reliably informed, yes, that the said man does not even understand that Parliament has been dissolved, so much so that he told the police officer that he should be saluting him. This is, arrogance at its highest level. And what is even worse is that it is alleged that he made some statements that borders on clear and intent victimization by saying, you better pray that the boom does not swing. No, how could you be aspiring for political office?
He said that to the officer?
It is alleged.
Oh dear.
But that is what is being...
Oh, we know that is the mentality at the end, is it?
But even if that is so, my thing here is that on one hand you have the political leader who was on a recent program that was with Brenda saying that they would not be victimizing people, they would not be sending home nobody.
Hello?
Wow.
Hello?
Person got the...
Oh boy. Caller, you'll have to give us a call back. Let me clear the line. Caller, you'll have to give me a call back. I don't know what took place there.
Just...
let's go to the phone line. Good morning.
Hello?
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 Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, not the same
Sheldon?
caller. Hi, good morning, my dear.
How are you?
Quite fine. You're alive?
I am alive. I'm deep in the countryside, so I can't... The volume might be a little bit obscured. Are you hearing? Well?
Yeah, go right ahead, yeah.
I'm hearing you clearly.
Okay. How's everything going?
We go in. Let's keep moving.
Well, we are moving, eh? We are moving.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa's saying good morning, Sheldon.
I'll tell her my good morning in private. This kind of thing on the phone and radio and all kind of thing. Schoolmate, good morning. Schoolmate, good morning, eh? Schoolmate, good morning. Right, nice.
What you're happening with this morning, I might have missed some of it. I just thought I needed to call in. It's been a while. And I know we have a lot of activities upcoming, so I thought I'd check in.
We've just been speaking in general this morning. So far, we've just been speaking in general. So nothing specific as it is. There are several issues that have come up over the past few days. One of them, the allegations in relation to registration. And that people were being registered in the nighttime and so on. So we were just speaking a bit about that. That was the last thing we were just speaking about.
Okay. And, well, I think we've heard... We know enough now to know that obviously this is a season. There's a lot of fake news and so going around. And we also know much of this is not true. Because one of the things which I heard in the last few days from the opposition is them calling for a presence of the OAS to come in and observe the election. And I thought this was rather funny given that the government, through the Prime Minister's office, as you know, I would know, wrote to the OAS a couple months ago inviting them to come in. The OAS, as a matter of fact, the Secretary General was here maybe October or so, and they would have had a meeting and they talked about the elections coming up, and PM would have invited them then, and then he put it in writing. They would have responded a couple weeks ago, expressing their desire to come in or confirming that they are coming in. PM would have also told them that they needed to not just come in for the day. You know, normally they come and they do election day observance. Sorry, they don't come in for a week or two before. And he would have said to them, maybe it's time to step out of the box a little bit and come in and observe the process from a week or two before that. So I think it's rather interesting that now you have the opposition saying that they need the OAS to come in because of these supposed irregularities that they're noticing, when the truth is we know there were no irregularities. All these stories are all made up things as far as we know based on reports. And the opposite and the OAS they're already coming in. So I just thought we needed to confirm that. A couple weeks ago, one of the journalists would have reached out to me as well, asking that same question. Which are the missions that have been invited and who has confirmed and so already, and I would have told her the same thing.
Okay, so I think basically the trick that they're trying to do is ad hoc post hoc. They're trying to make it seem as though they are the ones that caused it to happen. So that's why they're trying to say do it, because they know it's going to be done. So they're trying to say do it so that when it happens, everybody say, okay, then cause it.
But you know, when something is on paper, it doesn't lie, right? So they can check the dates of the correspondence and they'll see. So I don't know that we're doing anything out of the ordinary. I see all this stuff. I even saw this video going around. I think you might have seen it as well, of some lady talking about having gone to the Prime Minister in 2002. Did you see that one?
Yes, I've seen that video.
Okay. And interestingly, both the Prime Minister and Brenda Hood, former Senator Brenda Hood, both of them have said they've never seen or spoken or heard about this woman in life. He was surprised. As a matter of fact, he looked at it, he said, I never met this person. What is this about? Da, da, da.
But even though, Keisha...
He doesn't remember this story. And according to him, and as we all know, whether you like or you dislike it, Mitchell, I think we all know, no one goes to him for help. This kind of help and they get turned down. Even if they don't get everything they need at the time, he will direct them to somebody or give them some sort of, assistance. So, of all the people over the years, this is the one person he turned down. And secondly, we've had, several elections since. This person has never materialized until now. And the claims she's making, nobody remembers those claims. Nobody remembers her. Brenda said to me, Brenda was so upset. She said, I never met this person. What is this about? I don't know. This is the first time I'm hearing the story. And even more interesting, Brenda, who is the manager, the campaign manager for the Tongue of St. George, said to me, no one on the team in the Tongue of St. George has made any inquiry as to renting a new office space. So all of these things can be debunked in one. It's just, so many people coming out of the woodwork right now. You have to wonder.
All right. Well, so, Keish, I know you're on the road, but I'm also expecting a call from St. Vincent from our good friend Dr. Friday. And he has just messaged he's been trying to reach us, so I'm going to try to reach him now as well.
Soon. Okay. He's had an interesting week.
Yeah, and what's Prime Minister up to this today and for the weekend?
Well, he's still battling the cold, but he has a bunch of walkabouts, and so last night he had 2 meetings, one in Mount Parnassus, where he gave some support to Tobias, and then he had one in his constituency in Mount Morris, both very well received, and so he's doing the same today. When I left, he was at a meeting in the stadium, and then the afternoon will be dedicated to constituency activities and so.
Okay. All right.
I am headed up now to Marip. Silver Sands is doing a hiring of a number of young people that would have been trained through the Marip program from the rural communities. So I'm headed up to be part of that.
That's taking place where?
At the Marip headquarters in Sotez.
Okay, and about how many young people are we talking about here?
Well, I think today, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think it's about upwards of 75 or so should be part of this activity today.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I will give you more details when we're done.
I know you're going to send a press release.
Yes. So I'm headed to that. So we will chat soon.
All right.
Devon?
Yes, my dear.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Have a good one.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right.
Yes, indeed, folks. And the leader of the opposition in St. Vincent, he listens to Hard Talk and so on. He's trying to get through to us. Let's see if it is. Hello, good morning. Hello? Oh, boy, I think that may have been him. He's been trying to get through to us. You know the situation in St. Vincent, where there was a motion of... well, this is the weirdest one. They've had a motion of no confidence in the sitting administration, and with that motion of no confidence, you've seen the government side change the motion of no confidence and basically change everything in it. But let's see if we get Dr. Friday. I know he's been trying to reach us, so let's see if this is Dr. Friday. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hi, Sheldon.
Hi, and it is Dr. Friday.
It is Dr. Friday. How are you doing?
And you're calling in on a Friday.
Isn't that something?
Yes,
I'm calling into Hard Talk. Just wanted to update you on some of the things that's been happening here in St. Vincent.
Okay, go right ahead. I know you had an interesting parliament sitting this week.
Yes, of course. As you know, we are in the budget process here in St. Vincent, and on Monday the 29th, we attended the parliament as part of the process, that is the opposition, and the normal course where the order paper was being read out, and there was an item there for ministerial statements, and the Minister of Finance, I had hoped, would have made a statement concerning the scandal that has embroiled him and the matter of a young woman here named Yugi Farrell and her matter in the court and so on. And so I'd expected a statement from the minister because I'd called upon him before in a press conference and in a press statement and on the radio and so on to make a statement to the nation, because this is a matter of not just personal matter, but it's a matter of national importance because it involves the Minister of Finance, it involves an elected member of Parliament and so on. And no statement was made in the Parliament, which I thought was a last resort, that he should have at least in the Parliament to make a statement saying one way or another, clarifying the matter and reassuring people as to what happened or what his position was regarding it. But he remained resolutely silent, and at that point I arose and essentially I rose in my seat and I asked the Speaker to allow me to make to reiterate my call for him to say something to the nation, not to feel that he has no obligation to respond. And the Speaker shut me down, and but I made my point, and at that juncture, the members of the opposition, we left the chamber, and the estimates continued. And before I left, I submitted a motion of no confidence to the Speaker in accordance with our Constitution, Section 47. And the Speaker, now we were waiting for the Speaker to give a date when the matter would be debated in the Parliament. At the end of the day, then it was announced that the matter would be debated on the following Wednesday, which was 2 days later. And we prepared, we went to the Parliament to debate the motion of no confidence in the government. And when the matter came up, I rose and introduced the motion. It was seconded, at which point the Prime Minister got up and said that we essentially couldn't bring a motion of no confidence in the House unless the government acquiesced to it, or unless the opposition had a majority in the Parliament, which of course is ludicrous, or unless the Speaker had brought it on sometime later on in 21 days. That's not what the Constitution says. So we oppose that objection on his part. And the Speaker seemed to be in favor, or at least to be siding with our arguments with respect to that, because if we accepted his argument, of course, there can never be a motion of no confidence brought in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. If you interpret the Constitution to say that a no confidence motion could only be brought with the consent of the government, well, then what is the point of the debate? If the consent of the government consented means that the motion passes. So in any event, when the matter proceeded, as the Speaker seemed to be siding with our position that the objection was invalid, the Prime Minister then said that he would seek to amend our motion. And what he proposed as an amendment was really just a negation, clause by clause, of what we had said in our motion. So, where our motion said it's a motion for no confidence, he said it's a motion for confidence in the government. Where our motion said that the economic situation in the country was terrible, he said that the economic situation in the country was great. And so it went down step by step, and basically negated everything that we said in our motion. And we objected to that because we said that's not an amendment. That's really a new motion that was being brought, and that was being brought without notice, and that it was contrary to the rules of the House. We went on debating this back and forth for about 2 hours in the House. And the Speaker seemed initially to be siding with us in the opposition, because we said, if, again, you allow the government side to amend a motion of no confidence to the point where it no longer is a motion of no confidence, then it is the same effect as him saying that we cannot bring a motion in the House without the consent of the government side. And as you would see, just thinking about it logically, it makes no sense whatsoever if you're going to bring a motion that threatens the viability of the government, that the government would agree to it. So that essentially negates the right of the opposition or anybody to bring a motion of confidence in the House in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we said that that's not what the Constitution said, that it ought to be debated. The Speaker eventually ruled in their favor, accepted their proposed amendment, which was an amendment that replaced our motion with their motion, and they proceeded to debate that. We left for lunch, and at that point, they returned to the House, that's the government side, to debate their motion, praising the government and saying what a wonderful job they were doing and how they had confidence in the government. And we took no part in that because that was not what we were there to do. And we felt that to take part in that is giving a stamp of approval that what they were doing was proper and constitutional, and it was not. So we had a public meeting scheduled for that evening in Kingstown. We went on with our public meeting, and they stayed in the Parliament and praised themselves and self-congratulations and so on. You know, the old people tell you that self-praise is no recommendation. Well, that's precisely what they were doing in the Parliament, just, hugging and kissing one another in a sense, to say what a great job they were doing. And that is not what we were there to do, as to debate the motion of no confidence. And it's a very serious matter, because what they have done here in St. Vincent, that is with the Speaker and the Prime Minister and the government side of the House, what they've done by interpreting the rules of the Parliament in the way they did, they have basically said that you cannot bring a motion of no confidence in St. Vincent anymore. That is, if you accept their interpretation, then the constitutional provision in Section 47 is dead, because there's no way that the government is going to permit any opposition to agree to an opposition to bring a motion of no confidence, and there is no way an opposition is going to accept an amendment to a motion of no confidence that negates the motion itself. Mm-hmm. And so what we have here, to my mind, is akin to a constitutional crisis, because changing the government by way of a motion of no confidence is something that is accepted throughout in the British Commonwealth. It's enshrined in constitutions throughout the Commonwealth Caribbean and elsewhere, and it's accepted as a legitimate means by which those persons who are not in the government can challenge whether the government still have the support of the members of the House. That is essentially what was supposed to happen yesterday. Well, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. Yeah. And that is what was prevented. So we never got to vote, to debate the motion as we presented it. We never got to vote on the motion of no confidence in the Parliament. So the Speaker, by his ruling, and the Prime Minister, Ralph Gonsalves, by his submissions, have, in effect, abolished the right and the means of bringing a motion of no confidence in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That is a very, very serious matter. It's an abrogation of our constitutional and democratic rights, and it's something that everybody, all leaders in the Caribbean, ought to be alerted to, and to say to the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, what you're doing is undemocratic. What you're doing is that you are denying a fundamental aspect of our system of governance from functioning the way it was intended to function. And we in the opposition here in St. Vincent, we are going to take further actions to bring this matter to other persons' attention, but also to defend the right to bring a motion of confidence here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Let me ask the question now. I was going to ask the question actually, where to from here? But I realize you said you're going to bring that to the attention of various governments.
What the Prime Minister Gonsalves said in the Parliament, which is, again, at the time that it was being proposed, I thought was just, totally unnecessary, because there is no reason for us to go to the court to clarify whether you have the right to bring a motion of no confidence. It's very clearly stated in the Constitution. So as a way of getting around, when he realized that the Speaker was not agreeing with him, he said that he can, ask the Attorney General to take the matter as a case stated to the Court of Appeal for a decision or an opinion in the Court of Appeal as to how that section of the Constitution that allows for a motion of no confidence, how it is to be interpreted. But common sense would tell you that if a motion of no confidence is enshrined in the Constitution, it's meant to be debated. You cannot use the rules of the House. The rules of the House themselves are subject. In fact, it says so in the rules, that they are subject to the Constitution. So to cite the rules of the House, the standing orders, to say that you can interpret the standing orders, the right to bring a motion, the right to amend, and so on a motion, which are set out there in the standing orders, that you can interpret those provisions in a way that abolishes or negates a provision of the Constitution, that obviously is legally incorrect, because the standing orders are procedural rules that are set up and that are subject to the Constitution. It says so at the beginning of the standing orders that they're subject to the Constitution. Yeah. If they're subject to the Constitution does not give Parliament the right to abolish the motion of no confidence in those standing orders. Then you cannot interpret the standing orders in a way that abolish that right. And that is essentially what they've done. And it cannot be allowed to stand, because if that precedent is accepted in the House, then you can never bring a motion of no confidence in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And that is a horrible departure from our constitutional practice here throughout in St. Vincent, because we have had motions of no confidence. In the NDP time, they've had several motions of no confidence were brought against the NDP. The NDP debated them and survived all of them. But day before yesterday in the Parliament, the ULP government, who say that they champion democracy, who say that they are transparent and accountable, they have interpreted the rules of the House in such a way as to negate the right, the constitutional right of the people to bring a motion of no confidence. I mean, it's extraordinary that this is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it ought to be brought to the attention of our colleagues throughout the OECS and CARICOM and further afield in the Commonwealth, because if that is interpreted in this way, then it means that we in St. Vincent are moving away from democratic practices into the realm of dictatorship.
Okay. Well, Dr. Friday, we'd like to thank you so very much for enlightening the Grenadian people, and not only the Grenadian people, but listeners in the diaspora. We are live on 94.9 out in Brooklyn, and we do have many persons from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. After all, we're all brothers and sisters anyway, huh?
Yes.
Because I know you have cousins in Grenada.
I do, and I want to say hello to them. And of course, we have lots of friends there as well.
Yes.
And I know that you are in the course of elections and so on, and your head is hot there too with
yes, indeed,
the campaigning. And I wish you well, and I hope that I know that in Grenada that you are proceeding there in accordance with your constitutional practices, and you have a vigorous debate, and then the people will decide.
Yes,
in St. Vincent, we are moving away from that model into one where the government decides everything here in this country.
Indeed. I would like to thank you so very much, sir, and do enjoy the rest of your day, and do say hello to all of your comrades for us.
Thank you, Sheldon, and thanks for giving me this platform to bring this matter to your attention in Grenada and to persons of further afield who will listen to it. And it's a matter of very serious concern. It's a very, very serious matter, quite frankly, and one that others should acquaint themselves with and to take a stand on it. Find out more about it. Don't necessarily take my word for it. Find out what happened in the Parliament on Wednesday and then take a position. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, folks. We just had the leader of the opposition out there in St. Vincent. That's Dr. Friday. I'm trying to remember Doc's middle name, Why I can't remember Doc's middle name? Yeah, no, not middle name, first name. Yeah, Dr. Friday. I'm so used to just calling him Doc, out there in St. Vincent. All right, let me see. The numbers went up to 130. And as such, we are going to compromise. We will play it. I'm just waiting for it to load onto the system here. But keep it here.
But you know what? What a number. We put out a challenge, Sheldon, before we do that. The numbers right now is 110. In 5 minutes, if that number get back to 20, we go in. That's a challenge.
But Devon, before we go any further, again, we'd like to thank our brothers and sisters out there in St. Vincent, and we understand your situation here at Hard Talk. Our sister party, the NDP, the sister party of the New National Party. Strange enough, though, they use yellow,
they use yellow.
They use yellow. Yellow is their color. But it's our sister party. Traditionally, we've always had a very close contact with our brothers and sisters there. Two issues, though. And let me deal with the first one. Before we go any further, let me deal with the first one. The first one is a video that's being circulated via WhatsApp, via Facebook, and by other means by individuals on the island of Grenada. Let me warn you all that none of you, nobody listening, and tell those who ain't hearing right now what you're hearing, to please not send that video of a child engaged in oral sex to Sheldon Scott. Because
and
what?
Devon Romain.
Yeah, don't send it, because I will immediately report you to the Royal Grenada Police. I don't care who you are. I will immediately report you to the Royal Grenada Police Force. It is a crime to be in possession of
such video,
to store, to create, or to circulate anything involving child pornography. And let me tell you how serious this is, because some of you, I don't know how you could think anybody would want to see that. Yeah? I don't know how you could think. Because the thing is, my phone went off. I clicked on the video, and immediately, within the first 2 seconds, I took it off and I cussed the person. I was the first person to make the mistake. Yeah? But I'm going to let that one slide, because probably they was having a wrong day and the head wasn't screwed on correct. I don't want this on my phone. I don't want it via any means coming to me. And any one of you that send it, or I know of sending it, I am going to make the police deal with you. This is a child. This is a child. And we ought to take a firm stand in relation to things like this. None of us should accept anybody sending such video to us. And all of us, parents especially, supposed to be very worried that someone could see it fit to send this out, or see it okay to have such a video on their phone. And some of them, I hear the senator wrong, and they're so vexed, they're so upset.
So why send it wrong if you're so,
exactly, if you're so upset about it, why you send it wrong? But let me warn you all as well, yeah, that by sending it wrong, you have committed a crime. A crime according to the Electronic Crime Act. Yeah, the Electronic Crimes Act, Section 13, speaks of child pornography. Yeah? And it says that it is illegal for you to have it on your phone. Even in your WhatsApp account or your Facebook account, it's illegal for you to have that video there. It is also illegal. That is one crime. It's a next crime if you take it off your phone or your video or your thing and you send it to somebody else. That's a second crime. Yeah? So you have two crimes. One, storing child pornography, and two, transmitting child pornography. But here's the other one. You can also find yourselves, you have your nice little visa and you're going to the States on a holiday and find yourselves arrested for child pornography.
Yep.
A lot of you don't know that, because the servers of some of these companies are in the United States. And if the company flags you as a person who has been storing or transmitting child pornography, you can find yourselves in trouble. You go to the United States and they label you as a child pornography person. What do they call them again?
Sex offender.
Yeah, you end up as a sex offender. Here in Grenada, you can find yourself for exactly what some of you are doing with this video. I don't want it. Don't tell me nothing about it. Don't send it. Telling you straight. I'm going straight to the police. You cannot send this thing, because you can find yourself under the laws of Grenada fined up to $200,000 or $250,000. That's it, and I wish it was more. Seriously, sorry now that we didn't look at it to raise it a little more than that. But $250,000, that is how much you will have to pay if you are caught in possession of child pornography or creating child pornography, enticing young people over the internet or so to be involved in child pornography, participating in child pornography, storing child pornography on a flash drive, your hard drive, your WhatsApp, your Facebook account, any form of storing it, even if you print it out and keep a picture of it, you have committed a crime. And you can be taken to court. You can spend, in the first instance, it's 5 years, 5 years in prison in the first instance, and or, in other words, you could spend 5 years in prison and still have to pay $200,000. So let's just get this clear. Those of you that do have my number, don't make that mistake. I'm telling you, we friendship done one time. As much as I don't even care if you're a family member. Do not send these things around, and in particular to Devon Romain or Sheldon Scott phone.
Straight up.
We're telling all you, don't make the mistake. Yeah? There's nothing to see there. I'm not interested. Right? That's the first one. Second one, are we coming along good day, Mr. Man? Nice, yeah. You're organizing us there. The second one is in relation to this issue of this video that's going around.
Another video again.
And let me say something to NNPites. Let me speak to my fellow NNPites here.
Directly.
And let me tell you all something. And let me awake you all to something. You know, one problem as NNPites we have, we do not defend our own. People come out and they say things, and you, the same NNPites, taking that video and send it to other people. You, without knowing if the person is speaking the truth or not. I was not there. I don't know the individual. I don't know if they're speaking the truth. If it's an act, I don't know. But you taking it and sending it to different people. The same time you're taking to do that, you know, there are many of you, and I know personally of many of you, that Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell has helped in significant ways. I know many of you. And you would not take up your phone and do a video and say, listen, this person has said this, but this is my story. This is what he has done to help me. But you're there circulating the video and helping people that want. That's why sometimes I wonder why some people put themselves in politics when there is no need for them to go in it. Yes, they want to help people, yes. But the same people you're helping, sometimes the same people that are trying their best to cut your throat.
Oh yeah, destroy you.
I know what I'm saying, you know? Because I know some of you put on your green t-shirt and you're shouting NNP and you don't like me. I ain't afraid to say it. Let's be honest.
But not just you.
Some of you have the worst things to say about me.
And we
but you're
from the
big
same
NNP.
party. Yeah, from the same party.
So if Wale could do that to me, I understand how Wale could do that to Dr. Mitchell, the political leader of the party. I know some of you all don't like me. Some of you all tolerate me. Some of you all don't like me. I cannot. My interest is to see Grenada move forward, and I will do whatever I have to do within reason and legal means to make sure that Grenada moves forward. That's how I see it. Yeah? Go stand up and you see a pass, and you think that you ain't standing up next to people whose relatives are mine that wouldn't tell me what you stand up in a rally and say. You don't like me, but I'm the one taking the blows for you. And you don't like me. I don't mind. Water off a duck's back. But what I'm saying is like your country. Yeah? And you know, some of you listening to this program up there in Brooklyn and in different parts of the United States, he has done things for you. And you know that the type of person that he's being portrayed as is not the type of person that he is. You know it. You know it. But you wouldn't do a video and put up. But you take the video
and share it.
And you share it. You put it on your page. You send it around. Don't tag me in it. I will embarrass you. Don't tag me in it. I will embarrass you. Yeah? Don't tag me and don't send it to me. I will embarrass you. The only videos I want to see from you all is videos telling me what he has done or what another member of the party has done for you and helped you in your time of need. There are many things I could say, but I don't think it's my place to say.
And you see, we trying to let you understand.
Plain talk, bad manners, eh?
Yeah, the type of negativity, right, that the other side is portraying. All they're trying to do is to portray the Prime Minister, his cabinet ministers, NNP party members, even Grenadians on a whole, right, as worthless, as wicked, as good-for-nothing people. That is their message. Hatred. That is their message, right? Can we tolerate these guys, right? These persons, guys and girls, right? To have any say within the governance of our country? No. They will discriminate, right? They will continue to hate and they will split Grenada. And I make no apology for saying that. I am convinced, right, of that. What they are doing is nothing but desperation to destroy the good name of people and Grenadians on a whole.
And we said to you, Devon has said it, I've said it, and we've been saying it for months now, that anytime you hear the election date, you're going to see all kind of things start to come out.
All kinds.
And some of you, they with your googly eyes, crying tears, and you don't know if the story true or not true. Somebody send it to you, it's on a phone, somebody get a phone, and they send something to you, and you start to believe it. Somebody sends something. One thing we have said here is that we always base what we do on facts.
Facts, straight facts.
Facts. Why you think all these years we've been doing hard talk, not one bailiff has ever come inside here and hand a letter to Sheldon Scott? They have never been able to come and hand a letter to Devon Romain.
Nope.
And say that you have said so and so on the program and we're taking it to court. Courthouse ain't seeing me. Not on that. Yeah? Nope. You all have testimony. Testify.
Yes, man. Be true to this.
Don't be afraid to testify.
Yes.
Instead of taking these things and sending it around.
Talk about the facts.
This attitude of just get anything on your phone and send it around. I know in that, because you all realize, those of you that have my number, you don't get forwards from me easy. Yeah. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my dear.
Is it a program?
Yes, my dear.
Yeah, but Scott, how is now this girl come out with this video? So from America, but I know her personally, and when they were pregnant making the children, it's only jokes they over there.
No. You ain't gonna make me end up in, I just say I never end up in no legal problem, and you ain't gonna put me in none. Know what to say and what not to say on radio. What I can tell you is this, that some of you, even forgetting that story, some of you have your own testimony and you ain't testifying. You testify. Call and testify. Take your phone. You have a cell phone too? Take your cell phone and testify. Yeah? Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Yes,
good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Devon.
Morning, sir.
My brother.
Sheldon, I always have a problem. When people listen to Ken Jones speaking a lie and thing, and they come on the program calling and talking about it, that helping them spread the propaganda. Right? When you hear it, leave it there. As you said, Dr. Michel did a lot for people. So when it come with a negative, speak about the positive things that he did for you.
Exactly.
Right? Instead of you continue to spread it, that's what they do now. They send it all on the phone. So when you see it, then you will call the program, talking about it, and they spread it more. Right? So when you hear it, leave it there and speak about the positive things that Dr. Michel did for you.
Exactly, because
right? That's what you have to do. You take it down, go down and put it on the phone, and you spread it, tell the next friend what you said. What the person saying about Dr. Michel. And so then you know what he's saying, that's the truth here. And the man did a lot. Speak about what he did for you. And because they don't want to hear the positive things, they all want to hear the negative. And we support the NNP. Some of the lack of knowledge, we just go there and saying it, spreading it. I mean, they know the truth here. We got to see that they want us now to continue spreading the propaganda. Right? And the man did a lot of positive. So speak about the things that he did for us. Because, that's what they want to do. And feed us now, right, with that. So that we want to go and we will say it now. Boy, you see what on the phone, on my phone. and forget all the good things. Speak about the good things. With the bad things, you cannot go forward. You speak about negative things. When you speak about the positive things that I do for you, Sheldon do for you, that then you can return back and do good things for people. But the negative things that you're speaking about, what does it profit you? Nothing. Right? And Dr. Mitchell continues to do a lot for people. So we have to speak about the positive things. Look at what he did, what LNP do for the country. Where they take the country from and where it is presently. This is what we have to talk about. Can you see the one LNP speak about the negative and stay negative? Well, I always say, listen to the no negative things. I listen to the positive things that could build me up and look at edify me, not to destroy and to bring me down to make me less. Sheldon Devon, you all have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, like some of you all do a cell phone, so you can do a video too. Yeah, if it's to go, and I'm being brutal today, I'm saying it as it is. If it's to go and cuss up somebody and use a set of obscenities, all your cell phone, or you could go live. If it's an accident and somebody dead or dying, instead all you try and help with a cell phone, taking video. But to go and say thank you that you have helped me and you have done this to me, somehow you can't pull all your cell phone then. Yeah? It shows the mentality of some of us. That's why sometimes I wonder why good people like Dr. Mitchell sometimes go into politics and have to face these kind of things.
And
one person, all the years the man seeing people, thousands of people a year, one person come and say something. All you don't know if it's true or not true. But all you're taking it and don't send it my direction. I'm sending it back with a very bad piece of embarrassment. Right.
Watch it. One of the things, and it's amazing. As members of NNP, supporters of NNP, right? You cannot expect these people to blow our trumpet, right? Blow the trumpet for us. We have to do it for ourselves. We know the good that our leaders, the party has done, not just for, but the people of Grenada, but Grenada on a whole. We are the ones to speak it out. We must not be afraid, right? Because we speak truth. What good was done to you and the country of Grenada, let us speak it out. All NDC is doing is portraying the party and the government in a negative light. Can you afford to allow them to do that?
And it's simple
No.
enough. The NDC is trying a classic strategy. Their strategy is simply this. They believe that the most powerful politician in Grenada is Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell. Yeah? They know that. Not only believe, but they know that because it's a fact. Yeah? They know that his effect is not only in St. George Northwest, but island-wide. So if they could get one or two people here to hate him, and one or two people there to hate him, and one or two people around to hate him, that if they can do that, that it might help them draw some numbers that they might not otherwise be able to draw. So all of a sudden, as soon as the date is announced, you see all kind of things start to come out. Don't feel like the only one. They have more that they're going to be creating and putting out. They have a whole team of individuals. Victor, good morning. Yeah, they have a team of individuals who is there to put together these sort of things and put it out like as though it's not NDC that doing it. That's what they have. But then somebody mentioned Jesus Christ. Yeah, Christ came for our sins and man crucified him.
Yeah, look at what we did to him.
So that's why when people come and they say all kind of thing about me, you all NNPites, don't feel I don't know you all and don't know what you just say. You all NNPites, you want to attack the same person that defending you. So when I see you all do that to Dr. Mitchell, I am not surprised. I love you all still, and don't feel I hate you all. I love you all still. I love each and every one of you all still. But I'm saying that in the same token, you can circulate that. Circulate a video where you're thanking him for the children that now have a university degree that he personally dip in the pocket and help you to make sure that that child could go to school. For the time when you were unable to meet basic needs and he personally dip in his pocket and help you. Or the family member that you have that's alive and living right now because of the assistance that he gave to you. You all ain't putting up them videos, but you're sharing the next one. And then you go say you love him. I hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, morning.
Morning, Sheldon and Devon.
Yes,
Hi.
my lady. Good
How you all do?
We good.
I'm in total agreement with you this morning, eh? And the caller that called before, I wouldn't really agree with everything that he says. Because, I mean, we too cannot just sit down and have that talk show host disrespect Dr. Mitchell like that. I mean, come on. The Bible asks us to pray for those in authority. I have been all over, and I have listened to that guy, even in Canada. And he has been running down Dr. Mitchell, calling him all kind of Claudius and all kind of thing to the lowest. I mean, that is total disrespect. We need to put him in his place just the same too. Listen to the nonsense he's saying last night. Offering the Prime Minister dirty boxers and a tongue. He out of order. This boy head is sick.
But it's representative of the organization he's speaking on behalf of. That
NDC.
is their behavior. He's speaking on
And they
behalf of
are
the NDC.
calling for OECS and who to come here to observe election. Why they don't put this boy in the place?
But that is
This
what
boy has a child. That child is going to turn and
No. Let's leave people children alone. No, my dear. That is it. That's the end of the call. No. Leave people. Because I don't want nobody say nothing about my children. And I know the individual that is Devon Romain. And you see, when it comes to children, the nice, calm fella you see sit down inside here only smiling, you want to see him when it comes to his children. I'm telling you.
Leave the children alone.
Yeah, you hear you say it nice and calm?
Yeah, leave the children alone.
You hear it? You hear how he nice and calm? You want to hear
But you know, I
Leave the children outside.
just want to reiterate. It is time for us, right, as defenders of the party, defenders of NNP, to come out and talk. Say the good things that the party has been doing, the government has been doing for Grenada. Let's not sit down and occupy ourselves with gossip and untruth. Let us testify.
The reason some people cannot move forward in life is instead of spending their time focusing on building themselves, they spend their time macroing other people's business while they are building themselves. So, you have people who see the neighbor fix the house. And immediately as the neighbor fix the house, the neighbor dealing drugs, or they prostituting, or some sort of thing in their mind, that's all they can conceive that the neighbor do. They didn't realize that they see the neighbor coming back early every morning because they're working a second job and they have to work that in the night. So they're coming back and then they have a day off to rest and that kind of thing. They didn't see that, they don't see the neighbor down by the village rum shop drinking out half of their salary. They didn't realize that the neighbor have the little garden in the back, so they're cutting back on their expenditure because they're growing a lot of the food and you ain't seeing them have to go here and there to buy things. But you see the neighbor fix the house, they involve in drugs, or they prostituting, or somebody give them that, or they thief our money some way. Yeah? We have to get out of that mentality. We have to break it. We have to break that mentality. We must break it. To break, we must. Because if we do not do that, as a people, and we're not just speaking NNP and NDC here, as a people, we will not move forward. Yeah? This macro business and you're macroing this one and this one doing that and that one doing that. What you doing? Because some are talking about people and all they're doing 10 times worse.
And please, people, listen to our slogan. Let's keep moving.
You can't move if you
can't be stagnant.
We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, brother. Hey, how you going, brother Sheldon?
Not too bad, my friend. All right.
How is everything going?
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, when I touch Dr. Mitchell, they touch me, you know.
Yes, you know.
Because I was around Dr. Mitchell for over going on 33 years now. Right? And I know, when I know Dr. Mitchell is a man, you can't go by him and come out empty-handed. He always try to help you. You understand what I'm saying? So when you hear people saying this kind of thing, I just get upset. Real upset when I tell you upset. Dr. Mitchell is a man of a heart. I don't know how he does it, but he does it, you know. You go in, you tell him your children have this or whatever, he go try, small as all it is, he go try to give it to you. You understand what I'm saying? So when they run out on Dr. Mitchell, that's a real problem. But I just ask them and I say, you ever went to Dr. Mitchell? No. I said, oh, you know anything about the man? You're running your mouth on the man. You don't know nothing about the man. I dare wrong Dr. Mitchell, I could tell you. When I see that circulated, right off the bat, I tell them straight up that there's a lie. Because I know there's a lie. I didn't hear no report. I never see it before. And I just say that because I know the man. I know the man. The man is a very humble man and he loves people. Look what his mother said the other day. I know that. I am around the man 33 years, I tell you. Dr. Mitchell always helping people. Sometimes ask myself, how you doing it? You understand what I'm saying? So why they have to be running the man? But what I say is God in control. Every time they say something bad about Dr. Mitchell, is blessing they putting on him. I always say that. Because I know the man to be a good man.
The worst part of it is that they wish
I want
bad.
to talk about. I want to talk about my area this evening. They're having a meeting by Ranson Shop up there this evening, they say.
That Ranson Shop, that is which area?
Ranson Shop, I think is upper Woburn side by by Junction.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
want to encourage the people.
That's not tomorrow? For South St.
Tomorrow
George?
they're having it.
For South St. George, yeah.
Yeah. I want to encourage the people to come out and support. You know, I know Ranson Shop is a popular shop there. Those guys and I'm always around there, you know.
Yeah,
man. Encouraging everybody from Woodlands, Blower, Woburn, Calvin area, this Woodlands all around there. Come up and enjoy yourself, you know. Because a lot will be in store.
All right.
So that's all I have to say for today.
All right, my brother. Well, you know.
Take care, man. What's that here now? I get my cookie broom yesterday, you know. Yesterday I get it, boy. If you see it, boy.
What cookie?
If you see my cookie broom, I tell you. I'm trying to see how you go fit in my suitcase to come down with it.
Oh, Lord.
That's agricultural.
Turn up. From where I live in, I sweeping until I reach where the last rally is, you know.
That's agricultural produce.
Yeah, later.
All right,
All
brother.
right, one love. Yeah.
Yes, and folks, one other thing before we go further, let's have our discussion and not their discussion.
Yeah.
What they have done by throwing that out is to start to make us discuss what they want us to discuss, not what we, as the people who have called the election and are in charge right now and on the way to victory, they don't want us discussing plans and programs and so with people. They want us to be on the defensive and having to discuss. So the only way I'm telling you go on the defensive on that is to put out your own stories.
Put out your
Plain
stories.
and simple.
Testify.
You don't have to tell them. You don't have to say the lady lie. You don't have to respond to the lady. You don't have to accuse her or nothing. All you have to do, put out your own story.
Do if you never hear that story, but put out the positive that has been going on. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you, Mr. Devon.
Good morning, sir.
And good morning to you, Mr. Scott.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, two things there. I hear something and I just want to clear it or get it clear. Now, the NDC a few weeks ago said that they were broken and they were asking people for money, at least up to from $5 upwards, to assist them in getting funds for the campaign. That was a clarion call came out by Mr. Vincent Roberts. Yesterday I see Mr. Vincent Roberts on television asking people to do not, asking political parties to not accept funds, campaign funds from people, and that they should sign, that all the political parties should join together and sign an agreement to not accept campaign funding. I find that sort of strange. You were asking people to give you money for your campaign. You were saying that it's bad and you need funds to assist. You were asking from $5 upward. And you want political parties now to join to cost the campaign funding. I'm wondering, I don't know if you all have heard that. I saw it in the news.
I've heard bits and pieces, but I haven't heard the full thing from them, whether it's in relation to and I don't want to respond to things that I don't have a full understanding of, so I can't respond to it.
Well, I find it strange.
All I can say is this, that there is a law in place in relation to what they are speaking about, and therefore there's no need, as far as I'm concerned, to sign anything.
Okay.
That's me.
But I hope you will get. Okay. I hope you will get some time to hear it.
Okay, no problem.
Definitely we will.
But
yes, go ahead.
Yeah, but I find it strange. Secondly, last night, civil society was on the air Mr. Campbell from Gaul, and a lady was interviewing them together with Miss Judy Williams speaking over. And people calling, and they were saying that they're not satisfied with the level of campaigning. We have not lifted our campaign, and that the political parties are not living up to expectation, and they are disappointed.
Whose expectation?
But the point is, the same people that are saying that, they have never called out and said any political party, I say what any political party said, or to warn any political party or so. I find it strange that you have a group overlooking. No, the group doesn't have any, they can't prosecute anybody. But you have not come out and say, well, okay, I've heard that from party A, I heard that from party B, and we don't consult, and you don't think it's right or so. I think it's strange that you as the heading or the group, civil society, and you have guidelines that you give them. If you realize that anybody within that ruling breaking the laws, I think you should come out and say, well, look, Harry is breaking the law, James is James is not keeping up to the expectation that we expect. So I am glad that the NMP didn't sign an agreement, this agreement, because they are saying, I heard it from Judy Williams herself, Miss Williams herself, say that she's not satisfied with the things that she's hearing, but she never tell us from who she hear anything that she's not satisfied. And I see that as hypocrisy, because if you hear anything that you shouldn't hear, should you not tell the people, look, well, this is the agreement that you signed, you shouldn't be saying those things also, or say to the one that didn't sign, oh, the things that you're saying is not right? You know, I think the whole thing is a cook-up situation, and it is not serving the purpose, because she's admitting that what she's hearing have not lived the standard, and the level is totally bad. But if it is bad, tell us where is the bad coming from.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, it's sickening.
Okay, my brother.
Thank you.
All right. You see, it's interesting that for the last 3 or 4 elections, we have persons who always continue to come out around a month before election and share their views and everything, and we have to respect that.
Yeah,
we have to respect
good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm not enough like
okay, take it out my mouth.
but look, boss, Brother Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
But look what months now. Look what months now is telling supporters, be careful. When it get called, you go see all kind of nasty thing coming up. What they saying about the same? But let me tell you something now. Monday gone, I was confronting a solid NBC. And while I'm talking to her, 20 children, young children, 5 years, about 8 years. Mommy, we voted for NMP. She was shocked, If NMP we like, NMP we voting for. So thank you, my brother. Let our people. Thank you.
All right, my brother. Have a wonderful weekend.
That is my Jamari. My son campaigning,
Yeah.
campaigning heavy.
Man, you see, hear the debate and the discussion among our young people.
Yeah, them look at you.
I mean, not even teenagers. The 7-year-old and the 9-year-old and the 10-year-old. We have to listen to the discussion by our young people and give them an ear. They can't vote, but trust me, you will be, I don't himself,
Devon, before we go, because I'm hearing 1 or 2 stories, and before they try to spin it into something political, pensioners, you had up to the 31st of December to present your life certificates.
Yep.
Some of you have not done that, and as such did not receive payments at the end of this month. That is the only reason some of you did not receive payments at the end of the month. Well, not this month, last month. Yeah? So remember, you need to ensure that your life certificates for the period January to June 2018
is taken care of.
If that is not in, if that has not been brought in, your pension payments will be stopped, because it will be seen as though you are deceased or so on. So you need to ensure that your life certificate, it must be signed by a Justice of the Peace, medical practitioner, minister of religion, barrister of law, or permanent secretary. Yeah, pensioners residing in a foreign country are to be attested by a notary public or head of overseas mission, government of Grenada. All right? So those of you that, please note the percentage increase in pension due to pensioners for the month of January will be paid during the month of February. So at the end of this month, the increase that you all are supposed to get, you're going to get that. We have a call.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hi,
Hello.
morning.
Hello,
morning.
yes.
Good morning.
Morning. Yes, you're live caller. Go right ahead. Ignore the radio in the background.
Hello?
Yes, ignore the radio in the background and go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Hi, hello.
Okay. Yeah, so since you're listening on the radio in the background, we'll say it here so that you'll hear it. Remember to listen to... Oh, okay, right. Yeah. Mary, behave yourself. Yeah, remember, folks, to listen on the phone line and not on the radio. Yeah, when you're calling, that is. Yeah, because some of you may lose the opportunity like that.
Hello, good morning and welcome. Hello, good morning.
Again, they're
Hello.
listening to the radio.
Yes, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're speaking.
We have a little complaint here in Southeast.
Which one of the Southeast?
Hello?
Which one of the Southeast?
Yeah, good morning. We have a complaint in Southeast. We're putting up some posters for Emmeline Pierre.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. You're live. Go ahead.
Listen to the radio.
Yeah, because what happened now, we put up the flag, we put up them things,
Listen.
and they're taking it down.
Right, but when you're calling, take off the radio in the background. You can't listen to me on the radio and talk to me on the phone, right? Okay?
Yeah, and they're taking it down, so that is the problem we have.
Okay. All right, we'll deal with that.
All right, my brother.
Okay, it's easy to deal with, you know. And I'll tell you something, Emmeline Pierre, you don't need to put up no posters.
No.
You don't need to put up no flag. Patrick Simmons is still going to get a 4-digit defeat in the tail. Yeah? So if they think, if Django and the crew and the others think that going to take down your posters and to take down your flags going to help them, I never see a poster or a flag walk in a polling station and vote on election day yet. I never see it. I never see a poster in a polling station. I never see a flag in a polling station walking in and saying, I come to vote. So if they feel that doing that nonsense is going to affect the campaign of positivity, is pure peer pressure for them. Yes, that is what they get in. Peer pressure, as in Emmeline peer pressure. Peer pressure for them.
And what?
That is what they're getting down there. That is why they're doing that. Only lead human poster alone.
And another thing again. I mean, we don't have to resort to that.
No.
We don't have to resort to that. Leave all the posters that they put all over the place with yellow and red and whatever. Just leave it alone. They're just decorating the place for independence. You understand? But come March 13th, we will vote and beat them by 4-digit numbers. We sure on that.
800 and something last time. This time you're getting it by 1,000 something.
Yeah, I mean, so we don't have to worry.
You that Patrick Simmons.
Yeah. I mean, it's independence around now. Let them decorate and everything like that, you know?
Well, you could send 10 team around and take down.
But that is nothing.
I feel I don't have more to send and give us
we go put up more.
I feel I don't have more to give us.
And we don't take it on all your own. We leaving all your own right there. Let people see the kind of individuals that is putting themselves up for office.
You see what's the nice picture they
yeah.
man.
I mean, come on, you go watch
people
such
all
sweet
over the
smile.
island. People all over the island want one of that for the house.
You understand? You're watching such sweet smile. I mean, Honorable Emmeline Pierre. You understand? And Caris Modest and Pamela Moses and Skeeter Lewis. I mean, come on. And in your good conscience and rip that down. Come on, people. But you know what? You expect nothing better from NDC.
That's all the time we have for today. We couldn't drop the bomb.
Well, I ain't taking part in that one.
Yeah, the weather was bad, so
the weather. Yes, they played at the circle around and everything like that. So
yeah, don't worry, it did. Yeah, Believe me, it
the
did.
bomb day.
Right there. Yeah. All right, folks. That's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. No, I cannot share it with you. And that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. Nah, telling the answering people one time. They want me to see the bomb there or not. Yeah, it released in here. Yeah, you have to have some manners. Yeah. I like, you never released that Monday. there's no possible way them other people and them could be able to face people after that.
No,
right?
no, they can't. They can't face people.
So anyhow, Independence next week Wednesday.
Next week Wednesday is Independence.
And what today is? Today is
second.
Study your recreation in classroom or playing field. Let those of each generation respect to tradition yield. The feats of fathers and brothers.
Yeah, it is GBSS day, so you know, gotta excuse that.
You have to. And only don't mind me, I'm a GBSS man.
I'm not a GBSS man. GBSS, I couldn't go to GBSS. Jamil or Jamari, I never went to GBSS. Marbella Senior Comprehensive School, Williamsville Junior Sec, that is me, right? Nice.
And to all the GBSS students and old boys, have a wonderful day today.
I think it's 133 years. 133.
Yeah, 133.
Yes, today.
Yes, today.
Right, yeah. And don't vex because if the rest of all don't school do a song, I can't play it.
GBSS. Ray.
See where I go and start.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been a wonderful one for you. Yes. And Devon, any closing words?
Well, all I have to say is that be positive and continue to testify.
Indeed. Yeah, Olio, over the weekend, I expect to see some of those videos coming up with you all testifying.
Testifying.
Yeah?
The good things that the party and the leaders have done for Grenada.
Not just Dr. Mitchell, a lot of other people.
Exactly.
Lots of other people, they've
team.
done good things for testify.
Yes, testify.
Yeah, testimony.
Yeah,
all right?
don't be, and we keep it moving.
Indeed. That's all the time we have for today. Whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. And we are out of here.
Parliamentary Elections Office dismisses claims of transfer of voters' names. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I'm Delroy Luzon. The Parliamentary Elections Office has strongly dismissed claims in some circles that the names of some people on the voters' lists are being transferred from one constituency to another. Voter and Civic Registration Officer Mr. Ferdinand Phillip is appealing for good sense to prevail so as to not stir ill feelings among the voting population. He told the Government Information Service that there are legitimate instances in which this can be done, but it must be done maintaining impartiality and competence at all times.
In any constituency, persons are allowed to, if you are a Commonwealth citizen and you have resided in Grenada for a period of at least 1 year, 12 months unbroken, you can get registered. Now, ideally, you are asked to present your passport, your valid passport, which would show that you have been in the country for those 12 unbroken months. However, we do have persons who are living in Grenada for more than 12 months. Recently, somebody called about someone who lived in Grenada for 17 years. Being a Commonwealth citizen, their passport is no longer valid. So it's no longer a valid passport. They do not have any Grenadian documents, but they are Commonwealth citizen. Now, the law, and this is what we are guided by. We don't do things because I feel that go work. We are guided by the legislation, and the legislation states that in the absence of that, an affidavit from a justice of the peace, and that is a legal document, will suffice. It states the person's age, it states that the person has been living in that particular locality for such and such time, and so forth. It states their date of birth. Once those things are there, we cannot refuse to register a person. And if such a person then requires a transfer, we have to do it.
Phillip is appealing for people to educate themselves before making statements that can place the office and its procedures in a negative light.
But if persons would read the law, they would be aware that, these are legitimate cases that were done within the confines of the law. And so we want person to know that. We also want to know that, you know, there is a process. If you realize that, okay, you suspect that, you know, someone has been registered and maybe they didn't have the proper document, or maybe they registered in the wrong place or whatever, or maybe they were transferred to another locale and you don't agree with it, then make an objection. The law again makes provision for that. Raise an objection with the office, ideally within the 7-day period that is given, but at any given time you can raise that objection, and again there is a process. The law caters for that, and an investigation will be done. And if you still don't agree with it, the matter can go right up to the courthouse.
The Lance Bridge, one of 2 in Guelph being constructed under the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project, could be ready for official commissioning by March. Mr. John St. Louis, Chief Technical Officer in the Ministry of Works, says the bridge is being constructed according to international standards. He spoke with the Government Information Service on Thursday.
They will now have to do what they call the handrails and all of the other minor features to have the bridge in a usable fashion. You know, again, it used to be a 1-lane traffic bridge where pedestrians had to compete with the moving traffic. So now there will be a separate entity. There will be the sidewalk and a 2-lane traffic flow. So there won't be of the time where people had to wait for the vehicle to pass, for them to pass on the side. So they will be walking in a defined lane, and then you'll have 2-lane traffic on the newly constructed bridge.
Caretaker for the constituency of St. John, Alvin Dabrio, says they hope to have light traffic on the bridge in the next month. With the top and sidewalks now cast, the curing period is expected to take 1 month.
The bridge was being held up by the side rails, That where the strength was. And it's a 1-lane bridge. And in this day and age, in a town that's growing like Guelph, you don't want to have a bridge with only 1 lane and no sidewalk for people to pass. Because right now you had pedestrians and motorists competing for the narrow place. So if you want to develop, we have to at least have the infrastructure in place. And the 2-lane bridge with sidewalks is a very important infrastructure for a town that's growing.
The World Bank Loan Project created employment for a number of locals. Former West Indies leg spinner Grenada's Roy Lewis is the new manager of Cricket West Indies. This comes following some sweeping changes made by the board to its management team as it seeks to improve on the performances of the regional outfit. He replaces manager Joel Garner, who has been reassigned to another portfolio. Lewis has been with CWI for a number of years in the operations department and managed the team during the successful World T20 run in 2016. CWI has embarked on these changes before the team leaves for the ICC World Cup qualifiers in Zimbabwe in March. The Windies will be looking to win the 10-team tournament and head into the World Cup that is to be played in England in 2019. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
It's a grand celebration taking place in the nation. Independence 44. Celebrating as one people, one country, our responsibility. The National Stadium on February 7th will be transformed. Red, green, and gold will reign supreme. The Made in Grenada Expo begins at 1 p.m. The military parade and rally starts at 4 p.m. Addressed by the Prime Minister. Cultural performances. This is home concert and a grand finale of fireworks. Come on down, Grenada. Let's celebrate the Big 44. Grenada's independence anniversary. One people, one country, our responsibility.
Representatives of the Grenada Development Bank and credit unions are now better equipped to appraise the application of small business owners or enthusiasts. This follows a 2-day credit appraisal training organized by the Market Access and Rural Enterprise Development Program, MAREP, through funding from the Caribbean Development Bank. MAREP's manager, Byron Campbell, explained that training was geared towards boosting the services offered by the lending institutions, especially to small business rural applicants.
What we're looking for is a difference in terms of a better appreciation from credit unions and development bank for lending to rural communities, to rural businesses, small businesses in particular, and young people, agriculture, agribusiness, because this is where we want to put the emphasis.
Facilitator Ewan Shaw said getting the institutions to assess the applicants, even in the absence of a financial statement, augurs well for the economy.
The aim or the outcome that I'm expecting is for persons to have the skill set that will allow them to assess persons who don't have balance sheets and who don't have income statements, and to be able to grant persons these credit, assess them, monitor them, so that at the end of the day they can contribute to the gross domestic product of this country.
Some of the participants expressed satisfaction and optimism following the training.
As a small business lender, we would have gathered so much information that we can now use to better appraise the loans that come before us on a day-to-day basis. It puts us in a much better position to advise our customers when they come to us to get financing. It also puts us in a better position to give them advice and to steer them in the right direction that they should be going as small business owners.
Very, very informative, and I can say as a credit union that it has really helped us acquire quite a lot of skills in helping do credit checks, in helping the small businesses, in helping us to be more equipped to deal with the entire persons that are coming for loans and are interested in growing their small businesses.
Now recapping the headline. Parliamentary Elections Office dismisses claims of transfer of voters' names. And that's the National Report for Thursday, February 1st, 2018. I'm Delroy Luzon.
With all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.